You guys, some of you know him. He called me one day, crying his eyes out. He said, I blew it, man. A couple weeks into him getting baptized, it was a week or two, he said, I fell, man. So what do you mean you fell? I used last night, dude. I got me stuff, man, and I used. And he's tore up. Such a failure. Oh, man, I'm going to let her down. I'm going to let God down. I'm going to let Jackie down. You're such a failure, man. I said, well, let me ask you something. When's the last time you cried over using? And he got real quiet. And all of a sudden he went, I said, man, you're so close to being free, it's ridiculous. I said, you ain't a drug addict, you're a child of the living God. And I said, let me talk to you about righteousness. That sure beats. You did what? You can't be doing that. And then showing up at church and singing loud. You're nothing but a hypocrite, man. You can cause everybody to stumble. Dude, you got to get your act together. In fact, until you quit using, you shouldn't even open the Bible. The Bible's holy. You're going to defy the Bible, man. There's some counsel out there that's pretty close to that. Get it straight and come to him. Instead of come to him and he'll get it straight in you. So I just told Todd, I said, that's amazing. Your heart's changing, man. I said, you're closer than you realize to being free. And I explained a little bit to him. It's not that you're saying it's okay to use. You're explaining why it's happening. And this thing's trying to encroach on his value. So he uses, he feels like he failed. So now he believes he's a failure. How good are you going to do believing you're a failure? What's the fruit of your tree going to look like when the roots are marked failure? You write failure on your roots. What's your fruit going to look like? And then you weigh and inspect the fruit, and then you reassure the root. So the fruit's guaranteed. The root remains the same. That's called a cycle. That's destroying people that have good hearts on the inside. Jesus comes and says, a good tree can't bear bad fruit. And we go, see? Can't be a good tree. He ain't a good tree. He's a bad tree, see? Bad fruit. Good tree can't bear bad fruit. So can't be a good tree, has to be a bad tree. That's what people do. But he turns right around and says, a bad tree can't bear good fruit. A bad tree can't bear good fruit. You say, no, wait a minute. Not everything on my life is a throwaway. There's some things God's really done and changed. And man, I see a few bad and nasty apples that need to be plucked, but not everything in my life is a throwaway. God's been doing a work in me. Now I'm really confused. A good tree can't bear bad fruit, and a bad tree can't bear good fruit. What in the world am I? Because I see a mix of both. You know what the problem is? When he's talking, all we're hearing is fruit. So we become fruit inspectors. And the fruit is a secondary noun in the sentence, if my English is right. The primary noun of the sentence is tree. He's talking about the tree the whole time, and all we hear is fruit. A good tree can't bear bad fruit. A bad tree can't bear good fruit. The tree is the primary noun. The whole subject of the sentence is the tree, and all we're doing is assessing fruit. What's he saying? If you know who you are, your life will reveal it. If you're not sure, your life will reveal it. Therefore, make a tree good. Tell people who they are now that he came, and their fruit will be good. Don't say shape up. If you love him, you won't do that anymore. Don't tell people that. You see, well, the Bible says if you love me, you obey me. Yeah, but that's in relationship. If you love me, you obey me. It's simple. If you love me, you don't have to try to obey me. You obey me because you love me. But if you tell people, well, if you love him, do it right. That's a legalistic challenge, and men will get crushed through that teaching. Are you hearing? So make a tree good and the fruit will be what? Make a tree bad. Fail to tell people who they are. Identify them through their failures, through their tendencies, through their cycle. You try to evaluate them and identify them through their weakness, and guess what they'll be? Exactly what you say they are. You make a tree bad and the fruit will be bad. But man, I read Isaiah and he says, we are trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord. Why? That we might be blessed, that he might be glorified. Please tonight, if you're a confessing Christian, if you've prayed a prayer, if you've been water baptized, if you've been baptized in the Spirit, please do yourself the biggest favor. Ask yourself why you're a Christian. And if your why isn't to bring glory to His name and bring honor to His name and love others, reevaluate what you're doing. Because the whole reason we're Christians is for His great name. Not blessing. Not well-being. Come on. You're not just here to be protected and provided for. You're already all that. You've already won. You're never going to die. You'll never be judged for your failures. You'll be judged for His victory. We are already in. Yay! You like somebody could bust through that door and not like what I'm saying and go boom, 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 and I slide down these steps. Don't cry too hard. And don't pick it. I get so concerned. I say, man, if persecution ever hits this country, I hope we're more prepared to do something in Jesus than picket and protest. We're so good at standing for our rights, proving we didn't die too much. He said, love your enemy.